Hello everyone and welcome to my Call of Duty tier list slash review type video on all the COD games I have played before Modern Warfare 2 2022 comes out. This video hopefully shouldn't be too long as I only have like 7 games to review, so hopefully this goes well. Before we start, I want to say that my reviews of these games are all my personal opinion and are also only being rated off the multiplayer and zombies of each game. One doesn't have a zombies mode, so I'll just use this other mode to rate it as well. Anyway, let's start off with the most recent COD game and keep going down the list from there. This game is bad. It's the worst Call of Duty game I've ever played, and I only played it for 2 days during a free access week. So, am I glad I skipped out on buying this game back when I was considering buying it? Because, oh man, that would have been bad. Okay, so I'll only be rating this game on the multiplayer because I didn't play the zombies, as I heard from my friends that when I was playing with them, it was absolutely awful. So let's move to the multiplayer. The multiplayer experience I had was so bad that me and Danny stopped playing after an hour and went to play Cold War, which we somehow had more fun playing on. The maps I played were either big or small, but most of my experience was playing a small map on Kill Confirmed, which I thought would be fine. I've played Shipment before. But this was so bad, I just wanted it to end so quickly. There was campers all over the place, the spawn locations were terrible, with even the enemies spawning on top of us. I'm not even joking. There was also the fact that the kill streaks were so broken in this map that the fireball made it impossible to play for a little while. After my experience, I have no problem in rating this the worst Call of Duty game I have ever played. F tier. So after the mistake that was Vanguard, we have Cold War. Which, to be honest, I gotta say, it's definitely better than Vanguard, that's for sure. Now, when I started playing the game back when it came out, I didn't enjoy it that much as well. I was playing it back then. The game had an issue where it would continuously crash every few games. This basically made me lose most motivation for even playing the game, which was very bad, especially when it was the first few months. But now that all the issues have been fixed and the game actually has had a lot more content since release, it's actually better than I expected it to be, and I actually enjoy it far more now. So I hopped into a game of multiplayer and my experience was infinitely better than Vanguard. There were less campers, the score streaks weren't as bad, and to be fair the map wasn't small because I was playing Express, but I was actually having fun playing the game now compared to before the fixes. I played another game just to make sure it was as good as I just said, and I actually had a lot of fun playing everything and trying everything that I could. I would recommend the multiplayer to anyone that hasn't played the game in a while because it's definitely a good experience. Now, zombies is definitely an experience I gotta say was actually, I'll just talk about it. Playing it again after so long was pretty refreshing as I was actually enjoying it. I hopped into Murder Toten, I definitely butchered that name, alone and tried surviving as much as I could, and I had a lot of fun. It was pretty good. There are more zombies maps, but I'm trying to get those review done quickly, so let's just move on now. Back in the day, I would have rated this game really low, but now, I'll rate it A tier. Hey everyone, recording KJ here. So I'm having problems trying to play Modern Warfare 2019 because for some reason, even though I have it installed and I have the disc in, it literally says I can only play 3 game modes. I could either play Modern Warfare 2, Warzone, or Vanguard. I can't play Modern Warfare 2019. Ah, why? So after I've got those issues out of the way, now that I'm actually in the game, how is it? I'm gonna be honest, the game isn't as good as it used to be. I'm sorry everyone, but this game I thought it was going to be better than this, but to be honest, I did not enjoy it. After the worst experience I've ever had trying to play the game, I finally started playing, and yeah, the game lost me. Multiplayer is fine. I mean, it has its issues, I guess. I played a game Infected and it was I'm not sure actually, it didn't change much. I then played a game of Team Deathmatch and I found a few problems. The map we played on was far too big. It took ages to find anyone in a game with 6 enemies, and camping was an issue which I wasn't expecting to find again after Vanguard. So yeah, that annoyed me. And it was the worst when 2 people were just camping in an area for like half the game. Yeah, that game wasn't as good as I remembered. Also, there's no zombies mode, and I thought Spec Ops would compensate, you know, actually be able to help out the score a little bit. It doesn't pop up apparently. I don't know why. So I can't rate it, unfortunately. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put it in D tier. This wasn't good. Also, if you want to know about my opinion on Warzone, don't care. Moving on. Now, BO4 I kind of have an issue with. I don't own the game anymore, and I'm not buying it again for one video, so this will be taken off of my research or clips from the multiplayer and zombies, so let's get to it. Not ranking Blackout before you ask. So multiplayer looks pretty good. The maps look clean and distinct, and the game has a few fun mechanics to use that make it look pretty fun. The multiplayer, however, feels like a mix between BO2 and BO3, mostly with the map design and score streaks. I wish I gave the multiplayer a chance when I played the game back in 2018 to 2019, as it's better than I thought it would be, so credit where due. To be honest, the only reason I didn't really play multiplayer back then was it was all about Blackout, really. That was mostly what it was all about. On the other hand, I didn't really enjoy watching zombies. Well, maybe this would be the mode that made it go higher and help the game, but this zombies let me down. I'll give 1 point on behalf of Nathan for the remake of More of the Dead from BO2. Apart from that, this wasn't too good. Overall, D tier, to be honest. This game I have the same scenario as BO4 where I don't have the game anymore. Don't worry, I have the rest of the games on the list, you do not need to worry. So, I have proof that I played it though, in the form of the bonus deluxe content. I don't think there's going to be an echo there. Okay, so this is a really scuffed recording, but just to prove that I have it, or had it, here it is. Now, it did come with a lot of stuff, like multiple zombies in space I'm playing, like cards, which was pretty cool. I mean, they're pretty cool. I mean, I'll just put them inside of it. And then you've also got these. I mean, I am really not doing well on recording. So you've got this and all of these different cards, which, just to prove that this is actually Activision's Infinity Ward's work, they're right there, and it pops up with a lot of different stuff, which, yeah, I got this with the Infinite Warfare Deluxe, and yeah, it's proof that I had it. So let's talk about the game from the stuff I have relearned about it since not playing it. I might as well start off the multiplayer part of the review with some criticism. I don't like the look of the UI. It doesn't look good, and that's really not helpful at all. Like, it's like BO3's UI, but it looks worse, and it doesn't really help it at all. To be honest, for the gameplay I've seen, the game doesn't look too fun in comparison to the other games that I've played so far. It's a futuristic style game, which I have played before this game came out, but I don't think it really works here. I mean, what else can I say? The multiplayer never worked for me when I played it back when I had it, and my opinion stays the same as I don't really like it too much. Like, putting God in space sounds like a good idea on paper, but I don't like it. Can we move on to zombies now? Zombies is the best aspect of this game, and no one can change my mind. Not at all. Zombies in Spaceland is just perfect. How do you make a bad multiplayer and then somehow manage to make one of the best zombies maps of all time? That just seems insane, to be honest. I don't get that. It starts with an interesting story, and the gameplay is just amazing, with the map design being really good. I enjoy it. It's everything I could have wanted and more. For this game, and it's saved by zombies, to be honest, I'm gonna rate it a C tier. Let's now go back to the first futuristic Call of Duty game I ever played, Black Ops 3. Alright, let's jump into multiplayer. This is taking forever. Alright, while we wait for multiplayer to find a server, let's just start talking about zombies. So the map I played was the Rising Track. It was the only one I bought, and I wasn't playing Channel Zero, alright? Okay, I had fun replaying the map, mostly because I remembered all the fun times I had playing it with friends. For this review, however, I played it solo. It was a decent 7 out of 10 experience, and it's still my favourite zombies map from BO3 overall, so I'm still glad I played it again. Ah, finally! Server multiplayer. That took a while. Alright, let's start playing. Took a while to get in, but the end experience was pretty good back in the day, and I still enjoy it now. After I got used to the futuristic mechanics again, I started having a lot of fun killing players, shooting down store streets, or just sliding or boosting around. Would I recommend it nowadays? For multiplayer? No, it's hard to find servers now that I wouldn't recommend getting it for multiplayer unless you have friends to play the game with. Zombies, go ahead. There's a lot of options as long as you pay DLC, obviously. You know, yeah, let's get into it. B tier. So we're finally here at the game that started my entire Call of Duty journey, Black Ops 2. This game is really nostalgic to me, as this obviously is my first Call of Duty, which, to be fair, I'm surprised I'm even here now, to be honest, as this is the one I've been wanting to talk about since the start of this review. I even wanted to make a video on it, and then never did, but anyway, getting sidetracked, let's talk about the multiplayer. The multiplayer now, despite being covered by hackers, it's very much true, is still really good nowadays. I started to play some Team Deathmatch, that lasted quickly, and Gun Game, which was pretty fun to play. The maps are so good, mostly because they're really nostalgic. I think this is being blinded by nostalgia, but here we are. I've got a few personal favourites like Express, Raid, Hijacked, and Nuketown for years from now. The quality of the game is also one thing. I mean, it's an Xbox 360 game, so I can let it slide. And this is probably the best multiplayer for a long time. And I cannot be more happy to say that it's still a decent multiplayer now. Zombies was the biggest surprise to me when I was playing it, as I played the map I would normally play, being Green Run Town, and playing this with the other zombies maps in mind, I didn't enjoy it as much as I used to be honest. And this was the most disappointing part of the whole review for me, because I expected to have more fun with it than I did, and it wasn't. The map's worst aspect, and this is on every Green Run map, so I wouldn't have had much of a choice, there are annoying lava pits that light you on fire when you touch them, and they are everywhere. Like, leave me alone, I'm trying to kill zombies. So yeah, compared to the other games in the series, I'm gonna have to rate this game an A tier, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting to get rated S tier and move on. But yeah, It's just how it is now. One thing I want to say before we move on is that this game has made me think about Cold War a lot more, and I'm actually going to change that game's rating from an A tier to an S tier. I know, I'm shocked too. This was not the game I was expecting to be on the top of the list, especially back when, in its first few months, when it was absolutely, like, probably the worst Call of Duty game I had played at that point, and obviously didn't have Vanguard yet. So yeah, Cold War has won this review, I guess. I mean, it's the best Call of Duty game I've ever played, and I still recommend it. But yeah, that's the end of the video, I guess. This is my final ranking of all the COD games I've ever played, and I hope you enjoyed. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you want to see more content from me, then please do subscribe. It means a lot to me if you do. Alright, I'm gonna lie down after recording all of this because I think my voice is really tired now. So I'll see you all later. Bye.